Hi. Now we have seen the basics of how to use for loop. Let's try to find out, or let's try to create an application of for loop. Now let me write down some program over here. So here I'm going to create a program for writing factorial of a program. Now this notation forward slash asterisk asterisk forward slash, this is used to comment a large part of your C program. So whatever you write down here is not part of your program. It can be almost anything. So I'm just going to write down my problem statement here. So what I want to do is find out factorial of a scanned number. Now what is factorial? If you remember a little bit of that old school mathematics, factorial of 6, for example, is 1 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 6. So factorial of a number is basically multiplication of all the numbers from 1 up to that number. And let's try to find out that using for loop. So let's get started. First thing first, as always, hash include stdio.h, then void main, and here. Now I need to scan a number. So let's take one variable for that. So a is the number that I'm going to scan, and let's say factorial is my result that I want to store result into, and let's take I, which is the variable which we'll be using in for loop. So a, fact, and I, these are the three variables I'm using. I will initialize the fact variable with 1. There is a reason for that. I'll show you. Now let's do this. Printf /n/n, please enter a number for which factorial is to be calculated. Next, scanf %d, comma, ampersand a. Now here you have to check whether the number is non-zero. Right now I'm not doing it, but I want you to do it in that way, that if the number is 0, then throw user some message, you have done something wrong. I won't do it now. So let's assume that a has now got our number. So what we'll do is we'll write down our for loop like this. So for I equal to 1, I less than or equal to a. Why less than or equal to? Because we want to reach to that number also, which is a. For example, if a is 5 and if I write down I less than 5, then this for loop will only execute up to 4. I don't want it to execute up to 4, I want to execute it up to 5 or whatever the number is in a. So for I is equal to 1, again we want to start with 1 and not 0, because we don't want 0 to come into multiplication, else everything will become 0. So for I equal to 1, I less than or equal to a, I plus plus. And then what we want to do is we want to multiply all the numbers up to the point which is a with each other. So therefore I have taken this one variable called fact, and what I'll do here is, it's very simple. Fact is equal to fact multiplied by I. Now see what will happen. Factorial or fact variable is primarily 1. So when you multiply it with I for the first time, 1 is multiplied by 1. Result is 1. Next time that 1 will be multiplied by I, which will become 2. So it will become 2. Next time 2 will be multiplied by 3. Next time 2 into 3 will be multiplied by 4, 5, 6 or whatever up to this number is. By the end of this for loop, we'll get our factorial in this variable called fact. So let me print it here. So printf /n/n, factorial of %d is equal to %d, comma a, comma fact. The logic is pretty simple. Multiply all the numbers with each other, and we are saving that number or result into fact variable. Therefore we started fact with 1. If I had started it with 0, it would always have remained 0. Starting with 1 has its own benefit, because 1 into 1 doesn't change the value. Let's run this program. Enter a number for which factorial is to be calculated. Here I will first calculate factorial on calculator. Okay, let's see factorial of 6. So 1 multiplied by 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 4 multiplied by 5 multiplied by 6, which is 720. Now let's give 6 here. Enter. Factorial of 6 is equal to 720. I hope you got the program. This way, you can use this variable which is used in for loop in order to perform anything, I mean any particular application. Okay, that I can be used, mended, bended in any way as you want. So this is how for loop functions in C. Let's say in the next video what is while and when we use while and when we should be using for. Thank you for watching this video.